Have you ever felt like a fog has just rolled into your life? You know, that kind of mental haze that makes everything feel heavy?
It's like there's this invisible weight on your shoulders. Your energy is just completely drained, and your mind is stuck on a nonstop loop of worries. If any of that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you there's an ancient text, a kind of 1400-year-old game plan designed to fight this exact feeling?
That's what we're going to dive into, Surah Al-Falaq. We're not just looking at it as a prayer, but as a powerful manifesto for seeking refuge, a practical guide for moving from that heavy darkness into a real, liberating light.
Now, to really understand this manifesto, we first have to unlock the meaning of its most important key word, falaq. A lot of people know it as just mourning, but its true meaning holds a universal code for hope that applies to every single crisis you could possibly face.
So yeah, on the surface, Falaq means the daybreak, the dawn, the light that breaks through the night. It seems simple enough, right? But what if the real power isn't just the light itself, but in the way that it arrives?
This is where it gets really interesting. There is an explosive, powerful energy behind this word. Falaq doesn't just mean light showing up. It means a forceful, violent splitting open. I mean, just picture these images for a second. A tiny seed with enough force to literally crack open the dark soil. A fragile little plant that can break through solid rock. A new life bursting into the world. And that first sharp ray of sunlight that tears through the fabric of the deepest part of the night. This is not a gentle arrival. This is a breakthrough.
And that right there, that perfectly illustrates the core promise. Every single night has its dawn. Every problem, every period of darkness you go through, every single crisis has a falaq moment, a breakthrough potential locked right inside of it. It's like a divine promise that an exit strategy is already built into every hardship.
Okay, so if falaq is the light, the breakthrough, then what's the darkness we're trying to get away from? Well, the surah identifies 4 specific shadows, and what's incredible is how perfectly they describe the psychological pressures of our world today. So let's name them so we can protect ourselves from them.
First up, we have a shadow we all swim in every single day. Just a general, undefined cloud of negativity and toxic energy. That vague feeling of anxiety or stress that you just can't seem to shake. The surah actually has a name for this. Min sharri ma khalaq, the evil of that which has been created. And look at its modern forms. The constant complaining you hear, the endless cynicism. Just think about how you feel after scrolling through a really nasty comment section on social media. That is tangible, created negativity that we have to deal with every day.
Shadow number 2. This one might be the defining anxiety of our generation. That crippling fear of the unknown. That dread of what might be lurking around the corner.
Its ancient name is Ghasikin Idha Wakab, which means the evil of the darkness as it settles. Wow, what a perfect metaphor, right? It's that feeling when your mind starts spinning out those endless what-if scenarios, making you feel totally helpless. It's that anxiety that just settles over you like a thick, dark blanket in the middle of the night.
All right, the third shadow is a bit more sneaky. It's the subtle but constant manipulation we face from the world around us. The things that quietly try to twist our relationships and even our own reality.
And the ancient description for this is just brilliant. An-Nafathati fil uqad, the evil of those who blow on knots. Just imagine someone secretly tying knots in the threads of your relationships, your projects, your peace of mind, and then whispering on them, blowing on them, to make them tighter and create chaos. It's a perfect image for the gossip that ruins friendships, or the media narratives designed to twist the truth.
And finally, the surah saves what is maybe the most dangerous shadow for last. It's the deeply corrosive and destructive energy of pure envy.
Hasadin idha hasad, from the evil of an envier when he envies. So why is this the final boss? Because while the other shadows are mostly external, coming at you from the outside, envy is an inside job. It's a darkness that poisons you from within. It's the very thing that stops us from enjoying our own successes, and it is the engine that drives the toxic comparison culture fueled by social media.
So, we've identified the darkness. We've put a name to the shadows. Now for the big question. How does the manifesto teach us to find the light? This brings us to the most important part of this whole breakdown, the critical mental shift. Because seeking refuge isn't about running away. It's an active, powerful declaration of where you stand.
Okay, this is the core of it all, right here. In a victim psychology, fear is always bigger than trust. All those threats, the negativity, the anxiety, the envy, they feel limitless, like they can just crush you. But the surah completely flips that equation.
By seeking refuge in the creator of the breakthrough, you shift to the protected self. And here, trust becomes greater than fear. Why? Because you realize all those threats are just created things. They are, by definition, limited. The source of your refuge is limitless. The threat is not. That one mental flip changes absolutely everything. And when you make that huge shift, you don't just feel protected. You actually start to become the light yourself. You become a source of that breakthrough light for yourself and for the people around you. You start living as a person of light.
So what does this person actually look like? Well, first, they're a guardian of hope, because they get the principle of Falaq. They're the person in the room saying, hey, there's a way through this, when everyone else has given up. Second, they become a knot untier. Instead of spreading gossip or making things more complicated, they're the one who says, hang on, let's clear this up. They simplify, they connect, they solve. And third, they're an envy repeller. They can see a friend's success story and feel genuinely happy for them because they operate from a place of abundance, not a place of scarcity.
This whole framework, it isn't just a nice idea. It's a blueprint for building a whole new kind of character. It's about constructing a person who has true ontological security, which is just a fancy way of saying a deep, unshakable sense of being safe in your own existence, that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. And because of that, you're naturally focused on solutions, not on problems.
So let's bring it all home. The real genius of Surah Al-Falaq is that it's not about pretending fear doesn't exist. This isn't about toxic positivity at all. It's a mature, powerful strategy. You recognize the shadow, you give it a name, and then you consciously turn to a power that is infinitely greater, the Lord of the Breakthrough, the Lord of the Daybreak, to help you manage it. Which leaves us with one final empowering thought. Now that you know the code to finding your own dawn, the question isn't just about you anymore. It's this: for whose darkness will your light be the dawn today?